Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're talking about Adepticon, and I need your help. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so Adepticon is coming up March 20th through the 24th, 2024, so just around the corner. I think if we scroll down here, we got a little countdown to it. 12 days and 20 hours left, so about 13 days left until Adepticon. And if you're not familiar with Adepticon, it's like one of the biggest tabletop gaming, like board gaming conventions in at least the United States, probably the world. And it's pretty crazy. This is going to be my first time going to Adepticon. I have never been before, and I was warned just about like how busy it is and how quickly things sell out, but honestly had no real idea. So I talked to my buddy right ahead of time. He lives in Chicago. He's been to countless Adepticons, and we spoke like right before everything went live on Sunday, and he was super excited for it. But I did not fully understand how crazy registration and everything gets. So to make a long story short, basically registration for a lot of events and then also the venue hotel were literally like sold out in a couple minutes. Not like a few days, but literally a couple minutes. So everything went live Sunday. I had to look through it, and then I went to register for stuff on Tuesday. And by the time I came back on Tuesday, not realizing just how intense registration was, I had missed most of the stuff I wanted to do. But regardless, still planning to go to Adepticon, wanted to come experience it for the first time, and then just be better prepared for future events. And had everything worked out with the hotel, staying with a couple people. And in the last couple days, that basically fell through. They started getting like real flaky. Things started getting a little bit shaky. The correspondence stopped happening nearly as often. And I started getting like the feeling like, uh-oh, something is wrong here. And haven't been able to even get a hold of them since then. So now I'm in a position where I don't even have a hotel room lined up. I've been inside of like the various Adepticon groups, and I've been looking for someone to like stay with, hang out with, etc. at the actual event, because now I don't have anyone that's even going with me. And I still want to go regardless. So I figured, you know what? I might as well holla at the crew. I figure most of you guys are a similar situation as far as like enjoying conventions and stuff like that. This is obviously a worldwide channel, but like over 50% of the viewership is inside the United States. So I figure at least some of you guys got to be going to Adepticon. So let me holler at you guys. So ideal situation is one of you is staying in like the Renaissance Schaumburg, and I could potentially like piggyback onto your room, split the cost with you, and then just get them to bring up a cot, or worst case scenario, sleep on the floor. It would save whoever I'm staying with some money. A lot of people have rooms booked for just one person or potentially two people to where it wouldn't be an issue, but would help with costs as well. And then obviously it would massively help me out. Now I'm in a couple of groups, so potentially something will come through like last minute in one of them. But now that we're down to like sub 2 weeks, it's getting a little shady. Now potentially I could just get my room at one of the other like surrounding hotels. It's going to be a lot more expensive, obviously, staying by yourself, but I can definitely make it happen. So I'm going to be going regardless. But the main factor for me is just not having to be like driving all over the place, looking for parking, commute back and forth. I'd like to stay at the actual event hotel ideally. So this is where it takes place, the Renaissance Schaumburg Convention Center Hotel. And because it's actually in the convention center in this building, you know, you can go up to your room if you got to, if you feel like you need to take a nap or whatever. You can cut out some of like the shuttling back and forth or driving back and forth time. It's just overall a lot more convenient to stay at the actual venue. And again, had I realized that in advance, I would have just booked my own room and not worried about it, because I honestly don't really like relying on other people because of exact situations like this. So this is the hotel ideally I'd like to be staying at, the Renaissance Schaumburg Convention Center Hotel. So if you are currently staying at this hotel, if you have a room booked at this hotel and someone is flaking on you to where you have an extra bed available, that's ideal. If you're staying at this place by yourself or like with one other person, we can piggyback a cot onto your room. I'd pay the extra cost and then split the room cost with you as well. That would still be great. Or worst case scenario, you know, I'll just pay part of the room and sleep on the floor if I have to. But the benefit of actually staying at the Renaissance Schaumburg Convention Center Hotel to me is exponentially greater than any others. Now, at this point in time, because we're inside of 2 weeks, I'm inside of like some Adepticon trade groups, the Adepticon, I'm going to Adepticon group, and I've had posts up there as well and still haven't gotten any responses back in the last few days since my other reservation fell through. So now I'm in a position where I'm going to probably end up booking a room all by myself and paying way more money. So I'm definitely open to branching out to basically anybody that's staying in like the neighboring areas. So again, ideally, I'd be at the Renaissance Schaumburg. convention center hotel, but if you have a room somewhere else and somebody flakes on you, I know a lot of people bail out last minute. I'd be happy to take that spot. And I'm not asking for a handout or anything like that. I'm fully aware of like the pricing and everything and totally prepared to split that with someone. But ideally don't want to have to just buy a room all by myself, because that's when it gets a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to be showing up on like the 19th, going to be staying as long as up to like the 25th. So ideally those would be the days, almost like a full week. But if you have a reservation for like the 20th through the 24th or something like that, that would be fine as well, somewhere around those times. But regardless, I know it's kind of a long shot. You know, a few thousand people watch all of my videos. And Adepticon is really big, but it is a United States event. It is East Coast as well. So I figure probably a fraction of the people that even see this are going to be going to Adepticon. But in the past, I've always seen in like the last couple weeks, a lot of people like bail on either their reservations or events that they're registered for and are trying to like offload their tickets or looking for like a last minute roommate, something like that. So I figured I'd put out some feelers here. Again, I don't know how it's going to go. It's probably a little bit laughable to all the people that were like prepared and got their stuff ahead of time. But I'm definitely feeling the pinch this close to the actual event, now that like the hotel room I was counting on fell through. But I'm totally cool traveling up there by myself. Totally cool staying by myself if I have to. But also, you know, even if you're like already booked up, but if you're going to be going to Adepticon, so I'm going to be taking part in the actual like creators meet and greet. So if you're going to be there on the 20th, there's a meet and greet. You can meet like all of the various like YouTube, Instagram, like creators, all that stuff on there. It's like a whole event that lasts for like a couple of hours. So you can come sit down, cut up. It's right at the beginning of the actual convention as well. So we get to know each other right off the bat and then potentially be able to hang out like throughout, which would be pretty cool. I know a decent amount of other people that are going to be at the event, but I'm not actually like traveling there specifically with anybody or going to have like a specific con buddy or anything like that. So should have plenty of time to like hang out and everything like that. And ended up not registering for any specific events. So I'll have some armies there, some war bands, etc., to potentially play like pickup games as like space becomes available. But I'm definitely planning on doing like quite a bit of like hobbying and painting and stuff and just kind of hanging out. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. So I'm going to Adepticon. It's definitely last minute and I need your help. If you do have a room available, if you're looking for a last minute replacement for somebody that bails out, or I could potentially split your room with you and either sleep on the floor or get a cot from the hotel, that's great. If you're going to be at Adepticon and you don't have any availability or anything like that, but you just want to meet up, hang out, grab lunch, dinner, paint, whatever, maybe play a pickup game, let me know as well, because that would be awesome. Like I said, I will be at the creator meet and greet regardless. So even if you don't respond to this video or message me on Facebook at Warhammer Man Studios, I'd love to meet up, get to know you guys, hang out, paint some stuff together, play some games, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. I figured I'd put out some feelers because I am going to Adepticon and I was not prepared for just how crazy it's going to be, and I need your help. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring this video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. Make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I wasn't ready, and I'm out of here.